What's going on, you guys? Claire, welcome back to the channel, CodeCommerce, and welcome back to the Material UI crash course. This video specifically, we're going to be covering the divider example in Material UI. So let's go ahead and get started, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and create a new file here. I'm just going to call it divider example.jsx. REFC is going to generate the functional component. There it goes. And we close this down here. Get rid of this chip, and inside our app.jsx, of course, we'll just need to import our divider example. Okay, we'll close that off. Whoops, there we go. Close that off, save it. And if we look at our, go ahead and run your server, npm run dev, you'll see divider example. Now, if you haven't installed Material UI already, go back to the first video, I'll put a link down in the description below to install Material UI. It's real simple, it's real fast, only takes a couple moments. So the divider example seems simple, and it is simple. It's really easy to configure and use, but it does have kind of a lot of cool things that you can use. You can customize it in all different sorts of ways. As you can see here, it can get pretty intricate, but still easy to use. Kind of gives this card example right there. It's pretty cool. So lots of neat stuff you can do, add in with just text. We saw the card example above, stuff like this if you're formatting like a text box or something like that. You guys, this would be kind of a pain to code in like just HTML and CSS or styling it with CSS. Not super hard. It would just be a little bit of time consuming. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll show you how to incorporate this in Material UI. Okay, so we can go ahead and get back into the divider example. Okay. So to kind of go over this first part here, pretty simple. This inbox drafts, just real basic example. I'm going to click on that show source code button there. All right. And we're just going to need a few things here. So what I'm going to do first is just import all this stuff. So import it up here at the top. And then I'm going to grab this style here. Paste that in there. Let's just grab this list just like that. I'm going to paste it in right there. Let's go ahead and save. Give us a little extra space there so we can get rid of that. All right, and let's see how this looks. So as you can see, just if we hover it right there, you can see kind of the corners of this. That's pretty neat. And just with no extra styling, no extra customization, literally just copying and pasting, you can see it's already pretty cool. You can add this stuff, lots of really cool functionality. So some other examples, if you want to add, looks like they can add in some photos in here or like some icons in there. Let's have a look at that. That could be pretty cool. I'm just going to paste over everything so we don't get any errors there. Multiple things being imported. So let's just go and paste over in there. Scroll this down a little bit. I'm going to grab just this list. Grab that right there. Cool. And we'll paste it in here. Let's have a look at that. So there you go. Just literally, you guys, without any sort of customization, you can get this on the screen. You can pass in different icons. I'm not sure what some other icons are off the top of my head. But it looks like this image icon right there. I think home icon, I believe is one. Home service outline. Let's see what that is. Is it going to work? There you go. So yeah, I didn't even know what that icon, what this home repair service icon is. Obviously, it's that one right there. I was just typing in a random one, but just to show you, this is how we can change the icons in Material UI inside of this divider example. So that's pretty cool. Lots of functionality. Let's go ahead and that's kind of neat there. Subheader divider. So it looked like this little leisure is a subheader divider. Multiple dividers in here. This is kind of cool. It's kind of like a card example. Let's have a look at that. I'm going to show the source code. Again, I'm going to copy all of this, and I'm just going to replace everything so we don't run into a bunch of errors and multiple things imported, just for the sake of saving time in this video. Okay, I'm just going to grab the box. So we'll paste this over on the box. Go ahead and save. There we have it. Let's see here. Look at that, you guys. How awesome is that? You get literally copying and pasting. This is 100% free Material UI. I'm actually using Material. I haven't used it much in the past. I'm actually using it on a project that I'm building right now that I'm going to convert to an app. So that's what kind of stemmed the making of these videos here. So, and here we have some stuff that we haven't covered yet. The typography, we're going over that. We can change the variant. And if you hover over this, this toothbrush, for example, just like right there, you see variant H4. And scroll down. Scroll down. It's nested in here somewhere. But this is actually an H4 there. Okay, so that's actually an H4. So that's pretty neat. This 450, that's going to be an H6. So that's pretty cool. Some header tags, so it makes everything kind of semantic, right? I have a button down here. Not really going to go over the buttons in here, but you can add some variants in this if you want it to be a filled button or outlined or just like this, etc. So that's pretty neat there. So cool little button here or a card there where we just literally copied and pasted with very, very little configuration. Has some dividers with text. Also, this one is a chip. We just went over this chip example in the previous video. So that was kind of neat. Let's go ahead and have a look at that. Let's go ahead. I'm going to import this up here. Style, divider, chip. We already imported chip there. So I was talking about multiple imports already. Yeah, so I guess we don't need any of that there. So styled, I'm going to go ahead and copy that. I'm going to paste over. Actually, we don't need to. We can just paste that in there. Let's see here. I'm going to take this content, which will be passed in. We'll paste that in there inside of our divider example component. And we'll take this root and we'll paste it in here. Put that right there. Let's see if we're getting any errors in there. All right, cool. So, I mean, it looks kind of ugly right now this is without any additional styling. Literally, you saw it just a copy and paste real time. So this one's divider in the center, kind of cool. Left, this is just text aligned. You can change the text align left, center, right, etc. So this one's on the left. If you want to change this, you can change it to the center. You can change it to, you can see it move on the screen. You can change it to the right. So this is just a little kind of cool if you're going to add some kind of just sprucing up your project. If you're not a great designer, the design part, I know that's me, you guys. I'm not a great designer, so I really rely on these packages such as Material UI to kind of take some of the design work away from me. This is using a chip that we went over in the previous video. And again, you can just change this here if you want to change it. I don't know why you'd say divider, but you can say just changing the label will change the text on the screen in there. And the chip is basically just this, kind of looks like a button, but they call it a chip in Material UI. And it's not clickable or anything. You can make it clickable with a clickable property, but that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, so this is kind of neat. Again, this is something that would be somewhat of a pain to code out in CSS. Not really a pain, it would just be time consuming. So let's have a look at this. I'm going to go ahead and copy all of this over. So let's go back up to our imports. I'm just going to paste over that. So again, we don't get any errors. And let's just grab this box. Grab our box. There we go. And we'll just paste over everything. Again, just trying to avoid some errors. So let's go ahead and save. See if I jack something up. Styled is not defined. So where's our... Oh, you know what? This right here. We don't need these anymore. Using that in the last component. So let's go ahead and save. All right, pretty cool. So look at that, you guys. I mean, literally just copying and pasting what would have taken, this could take 10, 15 minutes if you're writing it in CSS, potentially. Depends on how savvy you are with styling with CSS. But either way, I guarantee you could not write that as quick as I just copied and pasted it. And don't think that, you guys don't think that copying and pasting somehow makes you less of a developer. I promise you, like, everyone copies. Why would you sit there and write it out when you can copy and paste it? You guys, just makes no sense. I know if you're working a full-time job, which I am, if you're developing full time, they don't care if you copied and pasted it or if you wrote it from scratch. They care about the end product. Okay. So that's what's going to get you ahead, I promise you. So, but being able to understand it, that's another thing. Of course, you want to be able to understand it, but you guys don't be like, if you don't have to, don't write it from scratch. Okay. So pretty neat there. Again, see, we'll get rid of this here. This is kind of vertical divider. That's kind of cool. Let's see if we can just copy and paste some of this in, make it easy. So I'll paste this in here. Let's get rid of this here. We'll just bring in that styled. Yeah. Let's see. Looks like this is up. I already deleted some of that. We'll put that back in there. Whoops. It was Command B. There we go. There we have it, this grid. And again, you guys, like I said, that's so true. A lot of people might not say that, but I tell you, if you're working as a developer, again, they don't care. Did you write this custom CSS? They don't care about that. They care about the end product and what you're actually getting completed each day. Okay, so yeah, go ahead and save. Look at that, you guys. Copy and paste. Again, this would be not a pain, but it would just be a little bit time consuming if you're writing it out in custom CSS, and copy and paste it, and it looks phenomenal, and it's completely responsive as well. It might look tough on a iPhone, for example. We're looking at iPhone XR, for example. That might be kind of a small screen to do something like this on, but you get the idea. It's mobile responsive. So, all right, guys, I think that wraps up this video, the divider example. Next, we'll be covering maybe more in-depth on icons. So thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.